today, Rick.
Thank you, Marty. And this racetrack is completely reconfigured. It is something that no one has ever seen. So we give you a little bit of a different perspective. Our aerial coverage provided by Bank of America. You see how the infield of this racetrack has been reconfigured into a road course. So that is the meaning for the roval, road course oval. And I know a lot of people have mentioned turtles. The blue curbing, that blue curbing that you see is 6 inches tall. That is to deter any of the drivers to get off of track. And some of the drivers have had a little bit of an opinion about these blue turtles.
The turtles, I don't know who named them the turtles, but the damn turtles, they're mean turtles. They're snapping turtles if they're turtles. You definitely got to stay away from them things.
You do not want to be bit by a snapping blue turtle.
Well, just think how much is on the line. You know, he says it in jest, but he's absolutely right. If you drive your car over those blue curbs continuously today, it's not going to make it. It will not finish the race. They're there as a deterrent, and they are working.
2 by 2, the field now working their way through what is normally known as 3 and 4. At this racetrack, it is 14 and 15. They will go by the chicane as we get ready for the start. They're going to dive into Heartburn Turn, which is turn number 1, side by side. Green flag in the air. We're racing at the roval.
Good clean start. First time these guys have been through here too wide.
Real good start for Kyle Larson. Up to second place here, putting the pressure on our leader, Kurt Busch. A tight line Kyle Larson has. He has a good wide entry. Look at him, almost in position to make a look for a pass there. That was pretty competitive there, pretty aggressive.
You want to lead the first lap the first time at the roval, man. That's historic stuff. You want to be the first guy to lead a lap here. Kyle Larson's going to put a ton of pressure on Kurt Busch.
That and the track position, just getting in that lead, because watch them as they go through this turn 11 and turn 12. They'll start to gap each other on the exit of that corner, and as they run around the oval, turn 3 and 4, you'll see that gap increase.
This is the first time these guys have been on the racetrack with this many cars. They're just learning the sight lines, what they can see.
Oh, man.
See.
Little contact.
A lot of pressure on. Kurt Busch going to lead lap 1.
Larson, man, he is on it. You know, you think this is a really slick racetrack, new asphalt, hard tire. These guys would tiptoe around here, but Larson with a lot of confidence in his car, pushing really hard early.
They started 5th, running 2nd. Listen to the tires. Talk about this racetrack being difficult. Where else do you hear the tires squealing around the infield? That's just nuts. That's how low grip these cars have.
See the battle right behind them. Allmendinger and Elliott's pretty tight. Elliott put the pressure on. That guy came to Watkins Glen and got the win. He has confidence as a road course racer now with that win. Making good gains on Allmendinger through turn 8. Here he's in position. He might be able to look for an opportunity to try to make a pass here. We haven't seen many passes made in this particular part of the track all weekend. This braking zone into the chicane on the back straightaway really isn't a braking zone. They just lift. Some guys aren't even downshifting into 3rd gear through this corner. Marty.
And Junior, watching A.J. Allmendinger in that 47 car, he was told last week from JTG Jardy Racing he would not be back in this 47. That news coming out officially. So he said this week, I've got nothing to lose. I don't have a job for next year. All I care about is the win today. We're going to talk a lot about different agendas. They're all throughout the field.
Look at this. Got a pass for 3rd place here. He's in position.
So Allmendinger right now, this time in a race, he's going to let him go. As this race winds on, he's not going to let it go that easy. But right now, they're still learning how to race with each other. They've been on the track by themselves, and it's going to be a constant learning experience all day long. Speaking of learning, check out back here, Michael McDowell, Daniel Suarez trying to go side by side in a very tight side of the racetrack. Suarez all over the curves, the turtles.
A little damage, ripped the front fender apart.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's going to hurt him. This is a fast racetrack on the big oval. So right here, it's just side by side. It's going to be tough, Junior. It's just almost impossible to do that without hitting each other.
So surprised by the damage there, just a little bit of contact. Here at the lead, Kyle Larson's still putting the pressure on. Kurt Busch is a really good road course racer. It's an impressive run by Kyle Larson early. He's hanging with him through that chicane. Usually in that chicane, we see the guys gap each other pretty good getting through there. Some guys getting through there way better than others.
So this is the first time we've been at this racetrack for us, for you guys watching, for the drivers. So we're going to show you a map. We got a map. We're going to show you where these drivers are. Turn 1. On the restarts, we think this is going to be a very, very tough spot. Look how narrow it is. Walls on both sides. Now they're turn 2, approaching turn 3, uphill, then downhill braking zone. That's part of the reason it's so difficult. A long sweeper into turn 4, which leads to a little bit of a straightaway on the back.
Yeah, it is. It's a good straightaway, getting up some speed here going into turn 5. Turn 5's uphill to the right. It invites you to roll up there hard, but you got to slow down. This is a tight turn 6. You want to get right against that curve there. Get over here to the right, just like Larson's doing for that turn down into turn 7.
And that leads to this long straightaway. So this turn 8 is huge. If you don't do it right, it's going to kill your straightaway speed. What is turn 9 is normally turn 1 on the Charlotte mile and a half. They approach turn 10, which would normally be turn 2 on the mile and a half. Down the long back straightaway into the chicane, where so much trouble's happened all weekend.
Yeah, turn 11 and 12. 12 with the curbs and the tire wall. You got to be careful there all day long. Guys were talking about how it's like throwing darts. Just hope you get lucky every time you go through there. Look at the line. Kurt Busch is taking a little bit higher line, and it's allowing Larson to close the gap as we come down into turn 15, and then the chicane on the front straightaway, 16, and then 17 out to the start-finish line.
That's a lap. Just that easy. 17 corners, Kelly.
Well, and as much trouble we've seen this weekend, it's been incident-free for Kurt Busch in the 41. His crew chief, Billy Scott, telling me they've just been patiently aggressive, and he said 90% of this race is going to be about doing more of the same. They want to see where they are at the end. He said Kurt Busch knows exactly when he can start pushing in this race. Marty?
Kelly, we're going to hear a lot of teams and drivers talk about patience today. I'm not sure that word is in Kyle Larson's dictionary. He told me before the race the car is very good, and he wants to capitalize. You know, Jeff, we saw this yesterday in the Xfinity Series race. When you get out front, it's hard to get back by you. So Kyle Larson maybe driving with a little bit of sense of urgency right now because he senses he can get around that 41 and wants to do it now.
I think what's so difficult is that they don't know what's going to happen on lap 20 on a set of tires. It's never been there before. And so, yes, I think you want to get track position. You mentioned it, Junior. Track position's huge anywhere you go, but on a road course, I think it matters even more.
You mentioned track position. A few cars that didn't start with much. The 20 of Eric Jones. He has gained 11 spots already. To make it 12 spots with that pass over the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Brad Keselowski, a couple cars behind him, is also making a charge through the field, as well as Denny Hamlin. You know, it's been a busy week, a lot of accidents in practice, but it seems like this 20 of Eric Jones, we saw him hit that backstretch wall in that chicane, Rick, but the 20 recovering nicely, methodically working up through traffic as we see the battle for the lead continues to heat up.
Yeah, this is a great battle. Kurt Busch, man, I mean, I'm surprised this early that he doesn't look at that pressure in the mirror and go, maybe I should give this am I pushing too hard? Maybe I should give this position up. He's not giving it up, Dave.
Denny Hamlin started in the rear. This was not originally part of their plan, but he believes he has a left front coming apart. He saw the left front of the hood popping up around the track, so he's a little bit worried about that. But if this was a strategy move, two-stop race from here, guys, if you divide it out, correct?
Well, you can make it on 2 stops from here, but I don't believe you'd want to stop this.
So many memories, and life just passes you by so quick. You can't put into words.
Early, I think you're going to see a lot of guys make the decision in the last 5 laps of this stage. It's really a question of, do you score stage points or do you work on strategy? These 2 leaders, though, guys, I think all they want to do is lead the race. I agree with you, Dale. I'm amazed the 41 hasn't given the spot up to the 42 of Larson.
Out front, it is Kurt Busch. He's led every lap here at the Charlotte Roval.
NASCAR Heat 3 is available now on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Go to NASCARHeat.com today.